Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. I am back. And wow, this week did not go how I was expecting a single moment of it to go. I'm going to light a candle first because, yeah, my brain is kind of all over the place right now. Oh, yeah, I did charge my lighter here. And I love this candle. It's really pretty. You're seeing me post surgery. And as I mentioned kind of in my community post, everything went really well for that. And I have to say the experience of it went really well. I was healing up over the weekend. Nothing too surprising until May 31st, it's now a couple days later. It's June 2nd when I'm recording this. And so during my procedure, again, I'm talking a little medical today. I'll try to put in that text, like that opening screen, because I just have to talk about this. I'm not sure when I think it just kind of will be sporadic during this because my brain is kind of all over the place. So thinking everything's fine. I went in, as a lot of you know, I went in to the emergency room in February and with uncontrolled bleeding, and then finally was able to control it. I knew something was kind of off, and so I visited my old OBGYN. She was no help. I talked about that. She wanted to kind of just ignore that and look at other things, and that would not have been helpful. I found a new OBGYN. She has been great. Things have been spaced out a little. I went in to go get a biopsy just in the clinic, in their office, and I was unable to do so because it was so painful. Another red flag, right? So something's going on, right? But I've had PCOS all my life, and my uterus has never been easy for me. Just not at all. I have one son, and things did get better after giving birth. Like my cramps got better, my bleeding got a little bit more regular, that kind of stuff. But it's always been off. Well, now we know why. I mean, the why is PCOS. My OBGYN called me, on Wednesday and said the test results were not good. So I'm still kind of wrapping my head around it. It technically is not cancerous, but it's precancerous. And it's where the wall of my uterus, the endometrial lining, has been building up because of my estrogen levels being so high for a long time, and now the cells are not good. So, we're trying to go in to get a hysterectomy as soon as possible and also check my lymph nodes. So, in the last 2 days, I had some extra therapy, which helped a lot. I actually had back-to-back. And I just, about an hour ago, scheduled a tentative date for the hysterectomy as soon as, I was kind of surprised, June 21st. So not this week, not next week, but it'll be this week. Sorry. Yes. Which is my son's last week of school, and I kind of wanted to be around for that. But I know it's best to just take care of this as soon as possible. So that's what I'm trying to wrap my head around. I also have an appointment next week on the 15th. Well, this is next week to me, but when you see this, it'll be next week, to see the gynecologist-oncologist. And I'm trying to frame this as it's a scare, but it's not actual. And that's how my current gynecologist is framing it as well. I'll talk about this mostly in this planning video, my business planning video that's coming out tomorrow. I won't talk about it much other than just planning time around all of this, because it's going to definitely take me out solid for a week on meds. Like, that's just, I was able to talk to a friend. I'm going to talk to another, my sister-in-law, who's always also gone through this. But basically it's like a week on Vicodin and just healing up to even become coherent. So, after the 21st, I will be gone for a little while, probably like 2 weeks. I'm going to say just flat out right now, it's going to be 2 weeks before I'm able to like sit down, and do this again. And I'm okay with that. I'm like, well, it'd be nice to keep up, but this just has to be done right now. And that's kind of where my brain is at. And I just realized I was going to get one more thing from here, which was the washi tape. So as I'm talking here, it's a little scary because this has gone on like so long that it's like kind of now or never. We're not delaying. We're just getting in there. And it can be that nothing is spread and that we get my uterus out and it's done. And I want to say, first of all, I should have led with this. Again, my brain is all over the place. And I'm expecting a phone call back, also from a reschedule on an appointment. So there might be just a break in this. I have infusions every 8 weeks. I had scheduled it every 9, this current coming one. So it was going to be on June 12th. So the week after this. But because that's so close to my surgery date and it just tires me out, I'm trying to see if I can get in Monday or Tuesday here. So by the time you see this, I'm hoping I might have an appointment here. If not, it's okay. I'm not having the drug any sooner because I had given it a buffer week the first time in quite a while. But yeah, it's just going to be June. I thought last year just helping my son and everything was a lot, like just getting him all of his assignments finished, and I felt like I didn't get to see much of June. Let's see, I think I'll put these down first. Put the big one. So as you can see, I'm dealing with fishies and scales here, and I'll tell you about that in a moment why. I'm trying to think which one I want here. I kind of like that combo a little better. Anyway, I was just like, I told myself next year, like, oh, it'd be so nice just to like pause and enjoy June. Oh, this is right. This is kind of upside down. Or is it? You know, we're going to do it this way because that's a little bit more like fish-like, where the head's over here and the tail's over here and the scales go that way. So the scales will go down. And now I'm looking at June right now and I'm like, I don't think I'm going to comprehend much of it. I mean, I know it's late June. Tentative. That's the other thing is, when I go in on the 15th, I will be able to confirm that surgery date, but she can't confirm it until she sees me because this is a new doctor. She wants to see what's going on. It's possible it may be pushed to July. I really don't want to wait any longer than that though. So that's kind of where things are at. There is no history of any breast or uterine or cervical cancers in my family, but PCOS is a son of a gun. It's, yeah. And, oh, do I want these to go this way? It'd be easier. Yeah, I think I'll have them go up. It's a lot to wrap your mind around. I know the first day of just kind of learning more about this I was numb. And that was Wednesday and it's Friday, and I'm having trouble kind of functioning a bit. So I'm going to forget to do things in this video. I just am. But that's kind of why I wanted to show up, was to kind of show like mid-process. A lot of times I'm like, okay, I'll share everything at the end. And I'm like, no, this is how my life is going right now. It's chaotic. It's sorting with news, but I'm also getting a lot of care. I might move this to maybe no. If I have, yeah, that should work out okay. I think I'll keep my chiropractic. Yeah, I'm just looking at, I had a GI appointment on the 15th that I moved so I could go in person to the other one. I had a follow-up with my PCP, my primary care, on the 21st. Actually, I'm just realizing that those 2 appointments were on those days, and I had to move both of them because of all of this. Where do I want to put the fishy? I might put another fish. So yeah, I think I'll put one fish up there and then one fish kind of down here. So yeah, I feel like I'm just moving around a lot of appointments right now. And just putting big old stickers because I don't think I'm going to be able to do much in the month of June. Yeah, I'll keep recording up until, I guess I kind of wanted to put this here, but I'll just put it over here instead. Because the fish is going over there. Yeah, if you can hear my voice of just like, what is going on? That's kind of where I'm at. There's some pretty stickers. Oh, and then one more fish I would love to put. So the reason I'm doing koi fish is because this kit, I don't think she sells it anymore, was one of my favorites. I got quite a few of them. My husband's been wanting a tattoo for a long time. He went and got his, and he decided on a black koi fish. And it looks absolutely beautiful on him. So he made a great choice. And I love koi fish, and my flower is actually the lotus for July. So kind of these fishy vibes, I've always kind of identified with that. And so just having them on this week is just kind of nice. I need definitely this dot marker because it's teal. I've been loving that one, and I forgot to grab my deck. Let me grab that. It's close by, so it doesn't take long for me to grab. And yeah, the story of this deck is I thrifted it and it magically fits this deck that I use all the time. Like, actually, I wasn't using this deck as much, and then now it's my primary deck, and now I get to like use this all the time. So yeah, I kept this one for 2 weeks because I really needed it, and it helped. And I have to say, overall, like, going through last week's surgery is giving me a lot of confidence going into this one. Otherwise, I'd be having like constant panic attacks. I don't remember a thing. They sedated me right before I was like, they were going to count me down. I was just blinked my eyes and I was out, and then I was waking up, which is actually probably how I would have preferred it. I'll probably ask for that again. They gave me all the great drugs. It was a little hard to just kind of heal up the day or two after I came home and was able to like sit up in bed and watch some shows. And that was like, I spent like the weekend watching like the ending of all these series. And watched the ending of Ted Lasso this week. Like, I felt like so many series were ending that I really loved. And if you're not a sports fan and you do have Apple Plus, it is worth seeing. I'm not a sports, I don't know soccer or football across these, at all. And it's just so full of just how to be a good friend to people. So, yeah. And then, for a couple days there, it was a little painful. I just realized I didn't actually share. So going into it, I don't even remember what I talked about on my last plan with me. I was heavily considering ablation, and I talked about that and how I found a study, and I went back and forth. I would have gotten in there and they would have said, no, you can't do it. So I made the choice actually that morning before I knew anything. I didn't have any results at that point. And I said, no, this isn't for me. Like really last minute, I listened to my body and I said, I don't want to put myself through this. I need more information, because that was the thing. I was doing it without knowing what was going on in there. And she was saying, well, we can do it at the same time. And I would have trusted her judgment to be like, yeah, there's nothing in here to worry about. Let's just do it. And I would have been like, you make that call. I'm giving you the okay. That's how I felt when I filmed, and the night before. Like I went to sleep going, we're just going to do this because I need some help. Because I want less worry about scary bleeding. And she said when she put her scope in there, she was shocked to see what was going on. She did not expect it because it wasn't showing up on any sonogram. Like I want to call them sonograms, and I'm trying to think if they're called anything else, Like when you typically see a baby, they also do that to just look at your uterus. And nothing was showing up on there. Even when I went to the ER, they did that. And they didn't find anything. But this has been there for a long time. So, yeah, she would have made the call. And then I would have probably found out upon waking up that something was wrong. But since I didn't, then I was able to heal, and I just felt like everything was just fine. And then I got the news on Wednesday. So she said it turned out really well that it went that way because I couldn't do the biopsy in the office. I would have had to do the surgery regardless, and I would have had to come in again. And the fact that we just got them all done at once was actually really good. And then I got in, last week. They were talking about having it like this week. Like I think June 9th was when they were going to. But it was good on that 4-day weekend. We kind of had a 4-day weekend because my son did. And so it was nice to just go, okay. Now, this one will be a little different because it's going to be just a week of solid care. And then it's going to be a couple weeks after that for me to just slowly heal up and at least a month or two before I can really like lift things and stuff like that. So I understand this is like a big thing, but and as I was trying to say and got distracted myself again, is I want to thank everyone who commented and just sent well wishes, and those who shared like they got a hysterectomy, and it was so great. Excuse me. I remember my tattoo artist, when she was getting this done, was about to get a hysterectomy, and we were talking about that. She had endometriosis, and just it was so painful for her. And she's like, all I need to hear right now are success stories. And so I think I went home and sent her some, just saying like, yeah, it just helps so much. And so I know at my core, like this is exactly what I need to do. I don't know if they're going to find anything else. I'll have to approach that when I come to it. It's not anything I can do or deal with right now. But I can go with the information I have right now. I'm taking the most fast steps I can. I don't think I can go any faster other than to go to the ER and get in if there's an emergency, which is possible. Like, I doubt I'm going to start bleeding because they did a DNC in there, so they got a lot of it out. And my period's coming up, so I don't imagine much else is in there right now. But I have course of care actions, and yeah, there was another date in July that they might push it to, and that might end up happening. But still, that's not too bad. She just said, you do not wait 6 months on this. You do this now. So we're doing it now. And yeah. But yeah, I just want to thank everyone who has just been so supportive, and you don't even know me. And I don't really know you that well. And I just want to say thank you. That's what makes a community, is that you care. And I'm not saying I want a bunch of comments. It's not about that. And I'm not saying like I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying like it just meant the world to hear. Just to hear well wishes. So, the star. Lungs fill with air. You are home. Feel hopeful. Oh, this is a good one. You are held. That's exactly what I want to hear right now. I might keep this one for like 3 weeks. You know? I think so. I'm just going to have this around. Yeah. So sorry if I get a little teared up during some of this. It's a lot. It's a lot to go through. But I also know, like, I feel like, I don't know if I'll have that many things. I'm going to probably just try to take big things and chunk it out into smaller things. It's really hard. It's really hard. But I just want to say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for just being there. Because it means the world. I think this is a 10 a.m. I'll put the check mark there in the middle. Because why not? Where's my pencil to erase? And yeah, the other part was getting so much pre-recorded has allowed me space this week to just process the last few days. Like, it really, to be able to have my podcast done and up, and that reset video done and up, and, you know, to have that news come through that day. Yeah, it was a lot. So anyway, I will make this kind of quick. I'm not going to be doing any of this. My goals this week, well, let's see. I won't be doing this. Financial, there are some therapy bills. Co-pays I need to follow up with. They're not quite processing it correctly. We get some free sessions, and so they're charging co-pays for those, and I need to just follow up. Let's see. I don't know if I'll have an infusion this week or not. We'll see. I think this is all I can put on here. The therapy is going to come in handy. We still don't know about job stuff. Technically, yesterday was his last day. We have insurance through the end of the month, which is another reason why we're just like speed running this. We'll definitely use Cobra next month if he gets a job or not. We're just going to extend out these benefits because they're really good. Unless there's just stupendous benefits where we're going, which is kind of hard to top because Disney has been amazing. Yeah, we'll just extend that out into July. And I think that works just like really well with everything. So this last week, yeah, there's been like a lot of interviews that he's been doing. He's doing a back-to-back today. My mom's going to go pick up my son here. She should be doing that, within the next 15 minutes. I need to do some financial planning over the weekend. So that's what this is. But everything else, all the interviews, the reset was out. I'm recovering. It's a little hard to sit right now, but for the most part, because like it was painful through the weekend. And then I would say like Tuesday, Wednesday, it just felt like a balloon. Like my uterus was just a balloon sitting there. It just, is kind of swollen. And so it's just a little hard to sit and you just have to kind of move around a little bit. So yeah, I'm filming this on Friday. Right here, check that off. My work planner one, I might film here. I don't know. Because I have Monday to get that out. I just want to get this one done. So that's kind of how my last week went. I got all my social numbers, so that I'll talk about in the business one though. But yeah, it was like I need to put in so my spreadsheet for personal here is like, it's a spreadsheet with all of our financials in it. And I just need to, at the end of the month, I capture all of the end totals of all of our accounts and put them in because it has like a net worth kind of spread. And it's just kind of nice to track overall. And yeah, let me put... I usually like to use this one. So yeah, there's an early dismissal here. Put my son's hours here. Yeah, I thought, so June 7th is our wedding anniversary, and we were going to try to maybe have a little trip away. That's what we were trying to do. That's not happening, and we are okay with that. So, yeah, it's our anniversary. Woo woo, 20 years. And we were together 6 before that. So, I think in February then it'll be 27 years together, which is a long time. We met in college. So, but much like our actual honeymoon, we didn't have our actual honeymoon until a couple years later. And I don't want to like celebrate our 20th a couple years later, but I do see like celebrating it in the fall after we've healed up and things have settled down and all that jazz. So I do see that. I think my husband just got out of one interview there. Yeah, he just got out. And so I think I'll kind of wrap this up. I think I'll keep these the same. This was really nice to have as just really simple here. Sleep, water, homework. And I think I liked how using the same color of just lines here. I like that. I don't know if you caught, I think it was on Amanda's Favorites, and she interviewed Sierra Friend of Makselife, that they hinted at dot markers that are in their colors. which would be awesome. I would immediately buy that because I think so many people have gotten, they use dot markers like crazy, and I think they've spent a lot of time trying to color match and see which ones align up. And yeah. So I think all I can really put here is like appointments, just making sure they're settled. I am just taking time this weekend to kind of, I'm feeling better. The therapy really helped, and I think I'm going to get a little work done during this week and the following week. So before surgery, I'll be able to put in a couple weeks, but then I'll take 2 weeks off. And that's, again, I'll kind of show that more in my work one. This is the Apple presentation. My husband and I love to kind of sit down and watch that together. So unless I have an infusion that morning, which is possible. So we'll see. I'm going to leave the rest of this kind of blank. I know this plan with me will go out, and then the podcast. And then, yeah, I should be able to do the Makselife plan with me here, which is a week away. And I'm just glad I don't have any other appointments in here right now. I'm trying to think like what else. Oh, so therapy copays. I was going to call today. I do not have the energy to deal with it right now. And I did send emails, but they're not great with emails at all. So I think that's where I'm going to leave it. That's kind of, yeah, I'll have to do these later. My brain is not into it, and I'll flash back to this week with anything I've missed. I usually, start my list off, but like right now, that's where my brain's at. And I want to show like it's okay to be fuzzy brained and just get the skeleton down and just have some beauty of these stickers. So at least when I can come back to this, I can come back to it. And that feel hopeful, you're held, you're home. I'm just going to go with that for a while. So thank you again, everybody who has said anything, and if you just felt it in your heart as you watch. I know I watch a lot of YouTube on my TV, and so I can't really write comments. So I know there's lots of you just sending me well wishes, and I just want to thank you for that. I just want to thank you. It's a lot. We're going to get through this. I'm going to get through this. And yeah, I think I'll just leave it there. I'll let you know if anything else changes. I probably won't know until this appointment here with the oncologist. So yeah, take care, everyone. Take care of yourselves. If you've been putting off any kind of biopsies, tests, or anything, get in there, because I knew something was not right. Yeah, mine's called endometrial hyperplasia. And there was complex atypical cells things going on. So definitely related to PCOS, higher estrogen, and happening around premenopause, basically, which is right where I'm at. So it explains a lot. Go get some tests done. I know they are scary, but once you have that information, you can act upon it. And I am one of those people who wants the information. I put off things for a long time, but I also was screaming at my gynecologist for a long time too. And I didn't realize, as I said in a previous, I didn't realize how she was dismissing me. She was fun and would crack jokes and keep things light. And yeah, that can really help for being in that office and having less pressure. But she overlooked things. And I can be a little angry about that. I can be a little angry that I probably should have had this years ago, but I also am just like, I'm so glad I found the doctor I have now and the where I'm going next. And we're just going to speed this through. And this is when it's happening. I can't look back and have regrets about anything. I just have to go, this is where I am now, moving forward. What am I doing forward? And that's always been my life. I'm a planner because I'm always looking forward. And I can grieve during some of that too. I'm not like just skipping over this. I can have some feelings and feel them and also be careful with myself and let things go. That's a little bit too, like this next week, I'm not going to be like, let's get all the laundry done. I may the week after just to like help myself too. But, yeah, this is life. This is life. This is what we are given. And I want to make the most of it. So thank you, everyone. And I will catch you next week. Bye.